Taking some very deep breaths. Let's go deep into the breath today. All the way up from as low in the belly as you can into the chest. And just hold it in the chest for a couple of seconds and then release. So to begin the breath, bring your awareness deep into the belly so you know that it's coming from deep inside. And then breathe it in. Expand the chest and breathe it out. Breathing it in. And breathing it out. And bringing your awareness to the tips of your toes as you lightly scan all the way up to the top of your head. And as you do, you notice what's there. You're noticing things like the feet, the heels, the ankles, the legs, the connection with your buttocks sitting on the chair, your back against the chair. Noticing where your shoulders are and if they're raised up or tense. Just bringing awareness to slowly and gently lowering them. Moving up into your head. And just spending a moment noticing, are there thoughts whirling around in your head? Noticing, are there emotions that are struggling to come up? And realizing the power that you have to actually just notice and then let go. Just like the breath, we have the power to go deep inside with that breath, filling our lungs with air and with life. And then, like the breath, we can let the thoughts and the emotions just float away. And then we continue on that journey and bring our awareness down into our heart center as we hold ourselves and those we love in our hearts. And we spend a moment just noticing how that love envelops us. The love of self and the love of others. We feel that in our bodies. We feel it in our minds. And we hold it dear in our hearts. And we imagine these thoughts and emotions to be something that fills us with joy and fills us with sorrow sometimes. And we know that they are there and that they are calling for us to feel them. Sometimes they are quiet and just gently there as we accept them for what they are, especially those loving feelings of joy and happiness, those feelings that allow us to vibrate high in the world. And when we don't honor those joyous, high vibration emotions, when we don't honor them, we don't feel them as deeply. And yet they have the power to sustain us. So we might try practicing when we feel happiness or joyousness, when we see people we love, our grandchildren, and we know the joy they feel, the joy they give to us, try really feeling that deeply. Instead of it being a passing hello or a passing greeting or kiss, it might be a deep hug, a deep expression of love and joy. And when we find humor in situations, we might change a giggle to a laugh and a laugh to a belly laugh. When we taste a food that brings us joy, instead of it just being a quick passing gulp, it might become a savoring of the moment. And when we are in connection with someone, instead of distraction for television or noises or our phones, we meet them with our eyes, our ears, and our hearts. We look deeply beyond just that person we see in front of us. Instead, we look into their eyes, the windows of their soul, and meet them where they are to make that deep connection. And when we face those more challenging emotions, instead of distraction to try to get us away from them, to try to prevent us feeling them, instead we realize where they are located in our bodies and we sit with it. We face it with the courage we know we have. We face it with the honoring that this emotion, this feeling in our bodies is sending us a message. The message to heal, the message to acknowledge, the message to feel. When we acknowledge and feel, even for the shortest of time, it allows that emotion the expression that it's looking for, the attention it's calling for, and then we just let it go. We let it float away. No need to analyze. Just simple inquiring, simple feeling, and simple release. And when we release that emotion, we might also then go back to our body, to the place where we first felt the emotion. So we can see if there's a difference. It's like when we exercise and we use our muscles and they feel sore. We know that is for the good of our bodies. And then we revisit that sore muscle and we realize that it's gone because we're getting stronger. We can do that with our emotion. The more we exercise that emotion muscle, the stronger it gets for us to deal with it and for us to let it go. And just like the physical exercise, the emotional exercise is just as important. They are connected. Because our expression of emotion is also connected to our connection with others. When we can show that we care and we love, we connect. But when we're removed, cold and unfeeling, the connection is lost. And so we honor our feelings because they are calling for us to feel them, but they are also calling for us to connect with others. The cycle of body, mind, and spirit is not just for ourselves, but for our relationships. And so in this meditation this morning, we've already started with a body scan, but we might go back in silence and do it again after we've imagined all the possibility of emotion and the connection of mind, body, spirit. And as you are connecting, notice what's there. Notice what's calling for your attention. You're most likely going to notice it in your body first as you scan. So when you go into silence, do it slowly to connect. Where am I feeling emotion? Where is it residing? Is it just calling for our attention, or is it stuck? Does it need a little loving kindness to unstick it so that it doesn't stay residing in our bodies? And so for the next few moments of practice on our own, we scan, we pay attention, we inquire. Perhaps we breathe into it. At the very least, we bring our awareness and we practice letting go. So we will stay in silence until you hear my voice again. May your minds be still. May your body be strong. May your spirit find peace.